Good morning, everyone. Listen, I'm gonna say something. I know I missed posting yesterday's short. I will be doing that today. I got up entirely too late and was... Well, have you ever seen those cartoons with the Tasmanian devil and he's just spinning around, like, going nuts? That was me yesterday, because I woke up 15 minutes before I was supposed to be at work. I did not get very good sleep last night, so I apologize. I will be getting that up. I also apologize because the schedule has gone completely sideways on me. And I wasn't able to tell you this, but my schedule's been shifted tomorrow from closing to opening, which means I won't be here either. I will also be delivering you another short. I'll be doing that today, and it'll be the short for tomorrow, so I hope you don't mind. Thank you so much for bearing with me. I know this has been a really weird time. I know many of you are very accustomed to me having, Monday through Friday, like clockwork. You could set a watch by me, to now everything's in chaos. I know that's frustrating and I know it's difficult, but I'm happy to see so many of you still turning out, still bearing with me, still rocking with me. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. It really shows that there are people out there, you watching this right now, who will not accept that they're victims and they want to do something to change things. Now, for those of you just joining us, just rocking with us, I would like to inform you of a little something. This channel is open to anyone. Anyone who wants to view it may. Anyone who wants its message can have it. Now, what you do with that message is completely up to you. Now, with that being said, I cannot control who clicks to play this video. I can't control who likes, who comments, or who shares. I can't even control who subscribes, and I don't want to. Because these messages are for anyone who wants them. I will not be denouncing one group without denouncing its extreme polar opposite. And in fact, I will not be telling you who to bolster and who to renounce. My message is for the individual sitting right there. I'm pointing directly at you. So, we're all in the same boat. That means you all have to coexist. And if you're one of those people with a coexist bumper sticker, it's time to really take stock of what that means. And I think you really need to examine it as well. A long time ago, back in the early 2000s when I first saw them, I thought, that's pretty cool, I can get behind something like that. And now I have to wonder if the people who put those bumper stickers on their cars would actually do it. It would seem there are a lot of people that want nothing more than absolute division. Those are the people I oppose. We've had Ingus pop up quite a bit. I know you're looking at me going, Wolfgar, what are you doing? Well, since I won't be here tomorrow, not only am I doing the rune casting, I'm also doing the reading for tomorrow. So everything's included. So this rune casting Wednesday will be rune casting Wednesday plus traditional Thursday. Obviously it's not going to be in the title, but you get the point. And here's the funny part. I'm going to reverse some order real quick. Here we go. I'm going to be reading the runes first, we'll have the tarot up next. We'll have the tarot actually last. How about that? We're going to do it a little bit differently today, since scheduling is a clusterfuck. Also, I will not be able to do live streams for the next couple weeks. The Saturday morning tea with Raven is out, which means also my Horde Wars game is out, because I'm closing those nights. Gotta love that. Yep, the schedule has been thrown into complete disarray, and it's that way because we are down to literally 3 people. Well, 3 people who can, you know, work the photo lab, make pretty pictures and stuff like that. We have staff shortages, ladies and gentlemen. And the boss says that, oh, in a couple weeks we'll have this thing squared away. And I'm thinking, but will we? I'll believe it when I see it. Hitting walls will eventually do that to you. Just prove it to me and I'll shut up. That's my only real stance on the issue. Anyway, let's get right down to it, shall we? So, again, I'm talking to you. Just you. Do you know why I'm talking to you? Because I believe in the right of the individual to be an individual. You'll come here, you'll get a reading, and you know what? If you want it more personalized, there's a way to get it. But for now, either keep that money in your pocket, especially if you have other more important things to spend it on, like bills, groceries, etc. And if you have that little bit extra, instead of buying a personal reading, go to that GoFundMe link for Joe. He's still got a long battle to face, and he's still facing it. It's not a battle I envy, but it's one that he is handling, and handling very well, I might add. So, I know some of you are probably having your lunch or your or whatever, so let's talk about you. You're going to have a lot of decision making. Very powerful decisions to make. And you know, in the lore, the Norns would weave the tapestry of your life, and at its end, it snipped the final thread of it. You have a lot of power in your hands. The question is, how are you going to use it? How will you affect others? Because you are being guided by your passions. And this is where you have to ask what your passion is about. If Freya is the god of love and war, but also passion. And what we want to focus on is our passions. Because if we focus on that, what really just drives and inspires us, we can go a lot further than we will with what doesn't. So, spirit animal. What can we look to in nature to really give us that sense of, you are nature, really. You're not a part of it. Being a part of something means you're a part eventually. You will part ways with it. But whether you live today or die tomorrow, you're always going to be nature itself. A truly hawkish spirit will actually guide you. Now this is going to be some pretty aggressive energy. Pursuing your passions with vigor and with tenacity, that's what's going to make the grade for you. That's what's going to make everything come to fruition. You cannot, if you want to be an author, write. You want to be a photographer, get that camera out and go practice. I mean, come on. We have digital photography now. You're not limited by how much film that you can afford. All you have is a chip inside the camera recording every photo you take, every mistake, every great shot, and then you keep all the great ones and you toss the rest. Make a day of it. You want to be a vlogger? Then put yourself in front of a camera and make sure it looks great. As good as you can make it. Be sure that your scripts present themselves well. Practice it a few times. If you want to be the absolute best at anything, you're going to have to do it. And you can't get distracted. So, how will the runes instruct us to do that? Well, we do have Othala, we have Yera, and we have Rider-Waite. So always going to your predecessors. Those who came before you, your ancestors. Those who have been there and done that. The wise people learn from the mistakes of others, rather than making it themselves. Mistakes can be costly. Very costly. Now the question is, wouldn't you let someone who's already paid the cost advise you? Seems like that would be a wiser choice. As well, you can learn from your own history, your own mistakes. And that's where your past is. Your present is going to be about reaping those rewards. Always keep the rewards on hand. Keep them in mind. Because you know what? These are little milestones. That's all they are. They're milestones. They're not the end point. Just because you make money off one book or one painting or one photograph doesn't mean you stop there. You keep going. Keep getting more of that energy. You are going to have people that will hate you. I'm preparing you for it right now. They will absolutely hate your guts. They will hate your work. And guess what? They will never buy it. So my advice, fuck them. Just fuck them. Don't listen to them. Because this is a mind over matter situation. Those who matter don't mind. And those who mind, they don't matter. Because for you, it's going to be more about the journey than it is the destination. And that's what's most important right now. Keeping that journey in mind. You know, again, when we tell stories of our RPGs, we always talk about what happened. Well, there was that battle one time. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you a story. I was playing a human barbarian in a D&D campaign, and every time we hit a city, the first thing that would happen was we'd hit an inn or a tavern, and of course the barbarian, prone to drinking, he would sleep with any woman that said yes. Animal, mineral, or vegetable, let me tell you. But then, we went into a very small city with a very large library. And this was part of the wizard's mission. The wizard had to go and do some research for a couple of spells that he had gathered. But he had to translate them. And so the barbarian is grumbling, why do we have to go into a place with scrolls? I don't read. Which was not entirely true. He read, but he more read lore of his people. And then he saw the librarian. And I actually asked as a player, what does the librarian look like? You know, describe her. And the DM, who was running things at the time, his name was Jake. Jake described this librarian, and I said, what would happen if I said my barbarian falls like super head over heels for her. You know, she was this very, very petite girl with very quiet, very unassuming, wore glasses, and I was like, this should be kind of fun. And since my character's going to be in there, I might as well engage with the surrounding. So my barbarian sees her and shuts up. He ends up helping her put scrolls away because he's quite a bit taller than her. And becomes this very gentle figure around her. And ever since, anytime they hit a city and they hit a tavern, yes, he would still drink, but he wouldn't be hell-raising, he wouldn't be sleeping around. He had it bad for this little librarian. Some of the dice rolls worked in favor of that. Those are my favorite stories. Sure, the moments where he, you know, kind of got that lucky shot in on a serpent or whatever, those are great, but the real stories are what happened from here to there. See what I'm saying? Your real story is happening. So what do you take from it? Let's have a look at the oracle cards real quick. Yep, come here. Here we go. We got a sphere of light. We've got divine creation. And we have power of presence. So, starting with the sphere of light, it does mention animal wisdom and empathetic qualities. This is something to be proud of. This is something to draw from. Healing hands. What are you doing to heal or restore things? If you've been focusing on the negative, what are you doing to correct that behavior? If you're not doing anything to correct that behavior, well, then you're going in the downward spiral of it. Never argue with an idiot, because they love to drag you down to their level and beat you with experience. And that's it. They love to fling shit. And if you're in there doing the shit flinging, instead of presenting solutions, well, let me tell you something, the shit flingers are never going to jump on board with you, so ignore them. But you offer to extend that hand to ones who are tired of the shit flinging, and you'll find a whole lot more just jump on board with you. That will inspire divine creation. This is your personal power. This is where you begin to do your best work. This is that godlike tendency. That's that godlike ability. That's that little spark of the divine in you. The ability to create. Stop trying to oppose people that are just wanting to destroy. In fact, that's exactly what I did with a post over Twitter that became a little controversial, don't you know? And I actually moved about 3 people to threaten violence. I know why. It's because they're threatened. They see people from all walks and all stripes on board with what I'm saying, and that threatens their narrative, and they cannot have that. And my advice to them is tough shit. Because now we're moving into power of presence. And this power of presence, it says power struggle, but that's not really what this card's about. It's not a struggle anymore. This is your most authentic self. You're going to have to be super real with people. And some are going to jump on board, some are not. That's how this works. Some don't like the real you. They want you to be a fake version of you. They want you to be their version of you. The answer to that should always be no. And if they cannot accept it, don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. I don't want to have to clean it up. Simple as that. Move toward unlocking your potential. You're going to lose friends. You're going to lose followers. And then you'll start to gain new ones. And those will be the ones of quality for you. The next We got the High Priestess here. Got a Queen of Cups and a Queen of Pentacles. Holy smokes. In all three reversals. This looks like a warning though. Big one. Number one, you're not trusting your intuition. Number two, you don't have a handle on your emotions. And number three, you don't have a handle on real world things. Drama, drama, drama. It seems we keep getting drawn into drama, drama, drama. But overall, I could tell you that this reading tells you, as much as that drama seems very enticing, it's time to actually put your best foot forward and down and tell all those that want to create drama to effectively fuck off. The drama Nazis, if you will. You're not for everyone, ladies and gentlemen. You watching this right now, you're not for everybody. And it's a weak thing to look for a group to, seek acceptance. It's nice to get a little validation every once in a while, but you have to remember that group that accepts you today, if you dissent from them, that's the test of whether or not they'll accept you tomorrow. Those that screech it, you must be all on board or else. They have no reasonable position, no reasonable argument, no reasonable stance. You can walk away at any time. That's your right. You have that ability. Just walk away. People who accept you for who you are know you're multifaceted. And instead of jumping all over you, will ask, what do you mean by that? And if they seek honest answers, you'll know by the questions that they pose. And that's everything I got for you today. Take the warning. Don't get wrapped up in drama. These will flip these. They'll show you. Just look around. Be calm. Be at peace. And you'll start to think very clearly. You can examine those emotions around your, you can examine those emotions. Tap into your intuition a little bit. Turn these cards over. And when you're thinking with a clear mind, then you can analyze things a little better. But that's everything for today. I love you all. I want you to take care of yourselves and each other. Always do what lights you up. And as always, my friends, shine on.